students. Today I am going to start chapter number 8, Wind, Storm and Cyclones, and in both I brought the 4 questions, and in 4 questions the 4 topics I here wrote in that are included in this topic. And when you will have completely understood that this chapter, that if you will be able to give the answers of these questions, then that is the assurity that you will have completely understood this chapter. So first question and the first topic of this chapter is property of air and what are the properties of air. This is the topic, and from this topic one questions can you make that what are the properties of air, and by the using property of air we will discuss about the different activities that are related to properties of air at first topic. And second topic is that you generally see that wind flow. Then how does wind flow, or how is wind flown? Second question. And in what manner does air moves? You see that air moves from one place to another place. Then what is the manner of the blowing air from one place to another place? So this is the second topic, and from that second topic I wrote here the second number question. And third is how are natural calamities such as thunderstorm and cyclones? You may have heard the name of thunderstorm and cyclones. Then how are these calamities occurred in nature? So third topic is here. And fourth is how is weather influenced by atmospheric pressure? That because of the atmospheric pressure, how weather is generated. So all about the 4 points in this chapter we will discuss, students. So first topic of this chapter I here not going to discuss in very depth. I just start the concept of this chapter, covering the whole topic, and then I start the chapter. So first is property of air. So first, air exert pressure, and second is air expand on heating, that air particles goes away from each other on heating, and contact on cooling means air particles comes closer to each other on cooling. Third is warm air is lighter than cold air. Warm air is lighter than cold air. So this is the property of air. And what happens when air is allowed to be heated? Air is allowed to be heated. It means when a substance or thing is allowed to be heated, then the particles of that substance are borne away from each other. It means that the weight of the air or air become lighter on being heated. So these are the property of air. Students, next question or next topic of this chapter is that how winds are flown and how does air moves, and what is air and wind. Just let's start. When does air moves? When the difference between atmospheric pressure is present between 2 places, like this is first place and this is second place, and atmospheric pressure of these 2 places are not same, and there are difference between their atmospheric pressure. Suppose there are high atmospheric pressure and there is a lower atmospheric pressure than this pressure. So what will happen? Air starts to move from higher pressure towards the lower pressure. There are the higher pressure of air. So air starts to move from such as this is higher air pressure and this is lower air pressure. So air always starts to move from higher pressure towards the lower pressure, and when air will starts to move in this manner, so we can say that wind is flown. So our answer is here that how winds are flown, that air starts to move from higher pressure to lower pressure. So that's why in this manner wind is flown, and wind, or we can say that wind are flown from higher pressure to lower pressure. And how does air moves? When there are difference between the atmospheric pressure are present between these 2 places, then air starts to move, and that air we call as a wind. Next next question is here arise that what is the difference between air and wind, that maybe you confused. So air is present in all our atmosphere in every places, but what is the wind? When air moves from one place to another place, then it is converted in the form of wind. That air moves from one place to another place, then air converted into wind, or wind starts to flow. So this is the first line that I have told you just before some time. Air moves from the region of high air pressure to the region of low air pressure in the atmosphere, and when we say that wind is flown. And next we can say that this is a property of high speed wind. Till now we have discussed the property of air, included this line, and this is that high speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. And for understanding this, I here made a balloon for you, and these balloons are attached with a stick. If we blow air between these two balloons, and between these two balloons, or we can say that wind is blown between these two balloons, then what will happen? When such as when winds are blown from one place to another place, then the winds direction of wind, such as here the direction of wind. So the place where wind is flown, the air pressure of that place become reduced. So this is then where that when high speed winds are blown, so the area of the wind where winds are flown, the pressure of that area becomes low. So the pressure of air becomes low of that region, and so that high speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. So when we blow air between these two balloons, it means the air pressure becomes low in this region comparatively to this region of the balloon, and the air pressure is higher to this area. So here the pressure difference are created here, that there is low pressure because we blow wind between these two balloons, and when blow and the area where wind are blown, that area reduced that area having low air pressure where wind is flown, and there is a higher air pressure in this region. So this higher air pressure exert a force towards this direction, and these balloons comes towards each other. So this is the property of high speed winds. Students, let's come at the question number 4. And at the starting I had told you about the 4 questions, and question number first and second I have told you, and this is question number 4 and question number 3. Now I am not telling, that I will tell later. So the question number 4, that how are weather influenced by atmospheric pressure, that when does our weather is rainy season, and when our weather having a clear and sunny sky, and when our atmosphere having cloudy atmosphere at the upper side of the sky. So when there are 2 types of pressure, low pressure and high pressure. If low pressure are appeared towards the lower side of the earth and towards the surface of the earth, then it means low pressure is associated with cloudy and wet sky. Let's come at the point of question number 4, how are weather influenced by atmospheric pressure. That how pressure controls the weathering condition, how atmospheric pressure controls the weathering condition. And this is the question number 4, and question number 3 I am not telling here now. Question number 3 I will discuss later. Until now I have discussed about the question number 1 and 2 that I have told you previously at the summary of this chapter. So there are 2 pressure, low pressure and high pressure. If on the surface of earth low pressure are present, low air pressure present, then what will happen? It means that weather is cloudy and wet weather. It means on our sky, clouds are formed if on the surface of earth there are pressure having low pressure region. So it means that low pressure regions are resulted in the cloudy and wet weather, and in that condition clouds are formed in our sky, and clouds are formed, it means rains are come, so that weather is wet weather. Next is high air pressure. If our surface of earth having high air pressure, it means that high pressure is resulted in clear and sunny sky, and there is no rain in that weather if there are high pressure region on the surface of earth, and that high pressure is resulted in the clear and sunny sky. Why this has happened? Let's discuss. Till now you have understood about the properties of air. That air being lighter starts to rising up, and warm air is lighter than cold air, and air exert pressure. So these type of property you have learned now. So low pressure, first we discussed about the condition of low pressure, such as when the sunlight and the temperature is very high on the surface of earth, and generally the upper surface and the upper area of the earth near the region of the sky having a cold temperature generally and usually at all times, and such as upper region, of the sky, such as this region is the sky, and sky region always have usually having low temperature, and low temperature it means they have high pressure region, and if there are very much quantity of sunlight are falling down on earth, or the temperature near the surface of earth become riser and increase, and what will happen? The air situated near the surface of the earth receiving the high temperature or receiving the sun rays falling down on earth at a very high quantity. So the air present near the surface of earth becomes lighter by receiving energy and becomes lighter. And what happens when air becomes lighter? It starts to rising up. It starts to rising up. So this is warm air that starts to rising up. And while they are starting to rising up, they contain water vapors with them, because such as the trees vaporize the water in the form of through the process of transpiration, and near the land of sea, when the air near the region of sea starts to rising up, then they contain with them water vapors with them. So, and when this warm air reach at the upper region of the sky, this is warm air, then what will happen? Because this warm air contains water droplets, so with water droplets clouds are formed. Clouds are formed from that water droplet. That water droplet is presenting warm air. So this is why low pressure is associated with wet and cloudy weather, and wet, or we can say that wet and cloudy sky. That why low pressure is associated with wet and cloudy sky or weather, because this is the reason. Why is it? And if there are high pressure region near the surface of earth, high pressure region, and at the upper side of the sky usually always having high air pressure, and the air of this region because are contacting with the lower temperature, so this air is not starts to be rising up, because this air is heavy air, and heavy air is never starts to rising up. So here clouds are not formed, and rainy and wet season and wet weather is not present in that condition if there are high pressure present on the surface of Earth. So high pressure is always associated with clear and sunny sky. In that condition, clouds are not appear here. So sky is very clear. So we can say that high pressure is always associated with clouds and with clear and sunny sky. And there are clear sky and at a very much amount sun rays are falling down on Earth or passing through the sky clearly. So this is I hope you have understood that how are weather influenced by atmospheric pressure and how pressure is affected by temperature. If the temperature is high, then pressure is low, and when temperature is low, it means pressure is high. Next is now I will tell you how wind current is generated. In this topic, in question number 4, the next question is that how wind current, or we can say that how wind are flown. Wind current means that how the such as electricity flow in our wires, that is electric current and electricity are continuously in flowing condition. That how winds are all continuously in flowing condition while winds flow. So that is wind current, and how are wind current generated, that question we are going to discuss, like how are wind current generated. This is the surface of the earth or surface of the sea or earth, and by falling down at a much amount of sunlight are falling down on the surface of earth or sea, in that condition temperature starts to rising up, so that the air that are present near this surface because of coming or because receiving the high temperature, this becomes lighter. And what happen when air becomes lighter, they are starting to rising up upwards in upward direction. So this is the warm air that starts to rising up after being lighter. So these warm air also contain water vapors with them. If these air are present on the surface of earth, in that condition also they contain water vapor, and if they are present these air are present near the surface of sea, so of course they contain with them water vapor, and then warm air is rising upwards. Then what will happen? Then how are wind current generated? So such as this is warm air and this is warm air, and here water vapors are present, and water vapors are gaseous form of water. And you know that upper form of environment or upper form of atmosphere having high pressure region. High pressure region means low temperature. Low temperature. Then what will happen? At first we discuss there are two things. First is air and next is water vapor. Next is water vapor. So this is warm air, and what will happen? Let's understood. Such as these are the particles of warm air. These are the particles of warm air, and these are the particles of cold air. These area I here drew so that you understand clearly. This is the particles of warm air, and this is particle of this is a particle of warm air, and this is a particle of cold air. Here what will happen? You know that this is a warm air. It means warm air having higher energy than cold air. So, and their temperature is high and the temperature is very low. So the air which is warm transfer its energy to the particles of cold air. Transfer its energy to the particles of cold air. These warm air transfer its energy to cold air. So what will happen? It becomes cold. When it transfers its energy to cold air, then this warm air becomes cold. Such as let's see here. This is warm becomes warm, and when this air transfers its energy to cold air, it becomes itself cold air. And then cold air means the pressure, high pressure created at this region, and so when cold air is become from warm air, then this cold air starts to blow down near the surface of earth, because near the region of the earth there are low pressure region and there are high pressure region is present at the upper side of atmosphere. So at starting I have told you that air always blow from high pressure region to low pressure region. So at upper side high pressure region, so cold air starts to blowing down at the surface of earth. So this is wind current. Friends, till now you see that how atmospheric pressure influences the weather, and this is in that question that I told you, question number 4. In that question, this is this question is present, that how are wind currents generated, and so this is a structure that I have been telling you, that how low pressure is associated with wet and cloudy sky, and high pressure is associated with clear sky. So this is that air in touch with hot area, warm air is lighter, so it starts to rising up, and this warm air convert into cold air when it transfer its energy to cold air. Listen carefully to this point, that warm air having energy in this, and warm air transfer its energy to cold air, and this air itself become cold. So warm air itself become cold after transferring its energy to cold air, and the cold air becomes warm, and that concept is will be helpful in understanding natural calamities. So clearly listen this. And cold air heavier, and the heavier substance always having tendency to comes downwards. So cold air is heavier, and because of heavier, so cold air having tendency to comes down on the surface of earth. So cold air rushes in to fill the vacuum, means that the air present near this region of the earth, that air transfer to upper direction. So this place act as a vacuum. So we can say that there is air is not present, so this region is vacuum. So to fill the region of this vacuum, cold air rushes into this place. So cold air rushes in to fill the vacuum. So this is how our wind currents generated. And for the generating wind current, what condition are necessary? That temperature difference is necessary, or if temperature difference is present, so atmospheric pressure, the difference between atmospheric pressure is present. So these are the two conditions required for the generating wind currents. And as you know that how wind are flown, when atmospheric pressure is generated, in that condition wind is flown, and air moves from its higher pressure towards its low pressure. So this is the reason that how our weather is influenced by atmospheric pressure, because this wind current is generated in that condition, clouds starts to form, and then rain starts to come. So in this chapter, what we have discussed, the property of air, and this is how our winds flown, and how our winds current generated, and how high speed winds are accompanied with low air pressure. So I hope you have understood this, and after seeing this video, take your book and start reading that what you have learned by seeing this video, so that you can understood clearly. Thank you. Have a nice day. Students, and this is our question number 3rd, and of the total question number 4 that are in starting. In that video, I have told you about the 4 question, and that is belong to the summary of this chapter. So question number 3 is how are natural calamities such as thunderstorm and cyclones happened, and the thunderstorm and cyclone is the happening of thunderstorm and cyclone is totally based on the concept of wind current. And if you have understood the concept of wind current, that how wind is flown, if there is pressure is generated between two areas, air pressure is generated. So if you know the concept of wind current, then you will be able to understand the happening of thunderstorm and cyclone. And here is a line written that the higher the difference, you know that when wind is flown, when there are the difference between air pressure of these two areas happen, in that condition air starts to blow from high pressure to low pressure, or we can say that wind is blown. So the higher the difference in air pressure, the faster air moves. So when generally we see that sometimes air moves slowly and sometimes air fastly. So what is the reason of that? Air moves fast if the difference between the atmospheric pressure between two regions is higher. So air moves very faster. So students, let's understood that what the concept of thunderstorm and cyclone, and how thunderstorm and cyclones happen in our atmosphere. So this is thunderstorm and this is cyclone. When sun heat the earth by its light rays, so the air present near the surface of earth being lighter starts to rising up. So upward movement of warm air, and when this warm air being lighter starts to rising up, then what will happen? And it contains water vapor with them, and the upper side of the atmosphere temperature is very cool. So the air near this region, suppose this is very cold air. So by coming in contact with cold air, this air that contain water droplets, such as these are water droplets. Suppose these are water droplets, and around the region of this, and this is warm air, and this region is very cold. So by coming in contact with very cold temperature, these water vapors condense. Condense means they release heat. What they release? Heat, and condense to water droplets. So these are water droplets, and with these water droplets clouds are formed. On the other side, the heat that is released by these water vapors, that heat makes the air around it warm, and the air that becomes warm further starts to rising up, and the air that is warmed by the releasing heat of water vapor, and that warm air starts to being rising up at the upper side. At the upper environment of the atmosphere, warm air is generated. How warm air is generated? That the heat that is released by these water vapors, that heat makes the surrounding airs being warm and being lighter. And apart from this, the warm air that comes near this region, such as you have understood the concept of water droplets and how our clouds formed. Okay, and how warm air is generated. And next, such as this is warm air that are come at the upper side of atmosphere. This warm air also transfer its energy towards cold air, and so cold air which is received this energy from warm air, that cold air becomes warm, and so that warm air starts to rising up, and that warm air itself become cold, and after becoming cold, and cold air that is present near this region starts to come down. So this is downward movement of cold air. We can say that warm air air that is go upward direction, and that warm air transfer its release to the cold air, and that cold air becomes warm and further rising upwards. And the warm air that becomes cold after giving energy to the surrounding air, that cold air starts to move at the downward direction of the earth, and this is air column. That warm air, that column of warm air that is generated end to end in a series at the upper direction of the sky, that is wind column of warm air. So this is thunderstorm. And then when thunderstorm come is with lightning. That lights is generated at the region of sky, and thunder means a strong voice are generated during the time of thunderstorm, and a very high speed winds are generated. That there is a region of low pressure are created because there is a column of warm air, and near the and at the other end of the warm air, like these ends, these are having cold air. So cold air starts to be rising downwards. So we can say that the air having higher pressure starts to move from low pressure. So in the midway low pressure, and in these two sides higher pressure is generated. So wind starts to blow from higher to lower. So at the upper side pressure is high, and so air near about that air starts to comes downwards at the surface of the earth. So that is the same concept during the cyclone. Cyclones comes over the surface of the sea. So this is surface of the sea. In that condition, this is cyclone eye. Cyclone eye means the region that having low pressure region, that we call cyclone eye. And around this cyclone eye, winds are flown, and we can say that air having higher pressure starts to be flown around the region having low pressure region. So this is low pressure region, and this is air that having high pressure region. And you know that air always starts to blow from high pressure region to low pressure region. So more about cyclone and thunderstorm we will discuss further. And here I closed here the summary of the whole chapter, that how the chapter name wind, storm and cyclone, that how wind and storm and cyclones are generated. I hope you have understood this. Thank you. Have a nice day.